Hello everyone, welcome back to RCH Builders. So today we've got Tyler the Tile Man. And he is not getting to do tile today, but he's getting to at least halfway do tile, we'll say. He's getting to do some prep work. So we have right over here, we've got this linear drain. This is the little padding that's supposed to spacer that spaces it up off the ground. It's going to basically go just like that. I've already cut the hole for where the drain goes down, but he's gonna thin set that down. Then he'll thin set the actual drain. This is the tray, the actual drain. It's basically the base, and then the cover comes separately. So when he flips it over, you'll see it's got it's made by Schluter, so it's got that Schluter. It's got, it's got shows other pieces in that manual there as well that you can get, but it's got this pre-made setup here. You can just fold this back, and this is the part that would actually where all the water goes into, and all of this is to help seal it to your other peak components, sealing components in the shower. And they actually sent a Fernco coupling, which I generally prefer not to use Ferncos unless you have to. I mean, they are approved, they do work, but I prefer not to. But in this case, because this is stainless steel and it is a stainless steel coupling connector basically on the back of it, we will have to use that to fasten it to our PVC. But that part will be done from underneath after the whole rest of it. So again, he's going to basically thin set this piece down, and then he's going to thin set that piece to it, and then later we will install our actual shower pan bed. We'll do basically a pre-bed layer, then we'll put down our drainage plane, and then after we do the drainage plane, then we'll be able to water seal everything and then the tile. But that is still a ways out. But Tyler is going to mix up his mixture the way that he prefers to do it, which, I mean, it's the same way that I do it. Just any little cup will help mix up what you got, and he'll dump that into his bucket there. And once he dumps it in, he can add however many of those that he feels like he needs or wants. The instructions from the bag will give you exact measurements, but carrying a measuring cup around, it always gets lost, it gets damaged, it gets cracked. So, just a drink that you already are using, and then you can just rinse the cup out and use it. It'll also give you an exact dimension, supposed to be, of how much water for it, but then it says to add water or take away water until you get the consistency you want. So why they got their exact dimensions, I don't know. We have found the way that we prefer to add water is with a sponge, just like that. The reason being is because when you use a cup, you're apt to dump more than you want at once you get it, especially when you get it close to the consistency that you want. So we found that just using a sponge, it allows you to add water at a slower rate, which helps you get it exactly the way you want it, and you're not ending up putting too much water in. Then you got to add more thin set, then you got too much thin set, now you got to add more water, and then just back and forth. So a sponge works a lot better. It just sprinkles in just a little bit at a time and gets you to the consistency you want. And then once you have it there, then it's just a process of mixing. So kind of what you're looking for, you're going to see as he can pull it off, and it will, with a stick on your finger, pretty much hold form, but if you shake your finger, it'll just fall off. It's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of a little bit thicker than pancake batter. I'd say it's more like peanut butter.
Yeah.
So kind of like a peanut butter, a good peanut butter, not a real cheap one, but a decent one. So we've got lines. He's got lines marked down there on the floor of exactly where we want that. You can't really see that well on that camera, but there's a blue line. That one's almost, that's actually a seam in the OSB, but there is a line just barely right there. I don't know, you can barely maybe see it. There's like a blue line right there. But he can see it a lot better when it's not on camera. And then we also got this line here, and there's one on the other end marking exactly how much. So of course, he'll go like maybe a ½ inch or an inch over those lines to make sure he gets a good bed, and then he'll clean up around it afterward. So from there, he's just gonna get started. right, so now that we've got the drain set upstairs, we've gave it some time to set up and go ahead and dry somewhat so that it's solid. We can put on this fern coat and tighten it down real good. You may have saw there's a little red piece in there. That is a test plug that we put in at the top as well. Didn't get that on camera. That's so that when we do our test for the inspection, where we have to fill all these drain lines full of water, it'll keep it so that water can go past that point without, of course, coming on the floor. So, let's see what we got. We need to pick it up as much as we can. Okay, I got enough, just enough flex. Tape measure. Oh, it's right here. Got it. So if we go here, I need a piece. Four and a half inches. First thing we'll do, of course, is prime. Well, because we got the fern coat up top, we can also prime that, and I will. Most people probably would not. It's not really required because you're not gluing it. But if you do prime it, it actually will help almost glue the fern coat to this ever so slightly. Doesn't really glue it, it's just it kind of slightly melts them together a little bit. Not enough to hurt the fern coat, but enough to actually just help the whole situation. Next thing is I will glue this into here. If you glue it, put the glue in there and then give it a twist about 45, 90 degrees around. That helps get all of the air pockets out of the glue and helps make sure you get a really good connection. So, now what I'm gonna try to do, I don't know how easily I'm gonna be able to do it, is I'm gonna try to glue this to here and kind of twist it in and up into here, kind of all at the same time. Hopefully that's going to be the best way to make sure I can get the air pockets out of here. It's just these last little bit, the last hookup is always, can really be a pain. I think I was actually able to get it in there. And you can turn this clamp, it's just a loose clamp. So I can get it exactly where I want it. Adjust this slightly. And that should be good right there. Does that look straight? I can't see it from that angle. I gotta go.
Slightly crooked, yeah.
That better?
Yeah, that's a little better, yeah. I think it needs to go a little bit more.
How's that?
That's pretty good there.
Okay. Yeah, that looks better up into the fern coat as well now, so tighten this down.
It's a little bolt on that side that he is tightening right now.
It's basically the same thing tightened up here, it's just the clamp. So that should be good. So that's the completion of hooking up and installing. It's the pre-installation for the drain system, for the linear drain that's going to be going in the shower upstairs. So it's going to be a quite large shower with it's a 72-inch drain. So the shower's going to be about 6'6" deep, roughly, and the linear drain is 72 inches, so 6 feet. So that's how you're supposed to install the Schluter version. There's many different versions out there. Some they're mostly just about all the same. The Schluter one is designed to go with a Schluter system. However, you can still use it with multiple other versions. I have plumbers who like Schluter. I'm not plumbers. I've worked with different tile guys who like Schluter and tile guys who absolutely hate Schluter. So it's all in your personal preference of what you like to use. Me personally, in most cases, I actually do prefer like Durock and an actual weatherproofing system other than Schluter. And the main reason I do that is because I have torn out a lot of showers as well in doing remodels. And personally, I have seen better results long term of what is underneath and how it tears off with and this is not just in showers and kitchens as well, but with an actual Durock and thin set mortar installation over Schluter. Schluter still is good in my opinion when installed correctly, but I've seen Durock seems to, personally in my opinion, last longer, work better, and doesn't have the ability to move as often. I've seen a lot more cracked tiles with Schluter, and that may be because people don't install it completely correctly according to the manufacturer. I don't know. That's just my experience from what I have seen when I remove where someone did do a tile using the Schluter method. So, but aside from that, the drain is just like any other drain, except for it has that little strip that's supposed to be able to fasten straight to it. However, that strip, you can still glue it to all the other versions of waterproofing as well. So it will still work no matter what version you use. So hope y'all enjoyed watching. We'll see you the next time.